Hello and welcome to Across Louisiana. My name is Steve Sawyer, your host for the program. I want to thank you so much for taking time to be a part of the show today. We have some really good guests. Lindsay Glatz is with the Arts Council of New Orleans, and they've got a big event coming up again this year, and something that they did last year, and I don't want to give too much away, but once you hear her talking about it, you'll know exactly what it was, because everybody was talking last year around the holiday season about what the Arts Council of New Orleans did. Casey Minton is with Special Olympics Louisiana, and they've got a big event, Over the Edge, coming up. You'll remember it last year. It's all about people rappelling down Benson Tower, and there's so much more this year that they're doing with that. It's really exciting. And finally, we always love having Ben Johnson on the show. Ben is the president and CEO of the New Orleans Chamber, and this has just been an incredible year. 2015 for the New Orleans Chamber has been record-setting, and he's going to talk about a lot of the things they were involved in. A huge luncheon coming up where he's got a special announcement. You're going to hear it here first, and then a little bit about 2016. So we really have a great show lined up. Hope you enjoy it. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And welcome to Across Louisiana. We've really got a great show lined up, and our first guest is Lindsay Glatz. Lindsay is the Director of Marketing and Communication for the Arts Council of New Orleans. Lindsay, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
We've got a great event coming up that I want to hold for just one second, but I want you to talk about the Arts Council of New Orleans, because you guys really do a lot of different, unique things. So I want to give you an opportunity to talk a little bit about that, and then we'll get into the event coming up on the 29th.
Right. Absolutely. So the Arts Council's been around for 40 years. We're celebrating our anniversary this year. And really, we have played a role in cultivating and investing in the arts and culture of New Orleans, which we know is the backbone of our community.
Absolutely.
So, and we're sort of a new organization, even though we've been around. We just released a strategic plan, and our mission is really to use arts to transform communities. So that could be through, we manage the city's public art program. A recent project we did was the evacu spot, so placing public art in each of the evacuation centers where people can leave for hurricanes. We do the arts market in Palmer Park, which is, we have up to 300 vendors that rotate out. That is the last Saturday in Palmer Park, last Saturday of the month. And we do programs like investing in artists. We work with artists on murals and we're doing the mural project in Fat City right now. We work with artists on career development and advancing them in their careers.
Well, 40 years, that's,
yes,
that's incredible. Now, you've got an event coming up that I love, because this was the first time you did it last year. It was so unique. The news media went nuts over this. It was so different for everybody. LunaFet. And it's November 29th to December 5th, so I'm going to let you talk about that. But why is it so unique? And once you say it, everybody's going to go, oh, yeah.
Yeah, indeed. So if you remember the lights on Gallier Hall last year about this time, that is LunaFet. And really, to back it up a little bit, we looked, our role is to invest in the artists of New Orleans. And so we looked at what was happening in the creative culture of the city, a few years ago, and we saw there were advances in contemporary art. The film industry is booming here. Technology is booming here, and we have this beautiful architecture. So we thought, those industries don't necessarily combine, so let's bring them together. And LunaFet is this perfect example of bringing art, film, technology together in a way that New Orleans traditionally celebrates.
And this year you're going to do it where?
We have 3 locations this year. And last year was really a beta test. We crossed our fingers and hoped that people would come out. And I think they loved seeing the lights on Gallier Hall. It just transformed the building. But we have a goal to, by the tricentennial, to cover the city in lights. Wow. And so this year, we are expanding LunaFet. Gallier Hall, we know, is under construction, but we have an amazing installation called The Pool from a national artist, Jen Lewin. It's these sort of lily pad circular structures that you can jump on and play on, and they light up and glow, and it's really beautiful and fun. That's in Lafayette Square. And then on the OC Haley Corridor, we have installations from local artists as well as with the Ashe Powerhouse Theater. We did a green screen with local kids, and we did workshops with them, and they did artwork and created a So we filmed them creating the piece. And that will be showcased on the outside of the Ashe Powerhouse.
And Lindsay, your website is artsneworleans.org.
Correct.
All the information about the upcoming event, as well as the Art Council of New Orleans, can be found on that website. Cost for the Luna Fed? I mean, it's really no cost, is there?
Luna Fed is free to attend. You know, it's a big, bold spectacle. That's how New Orleans celebrates. So we're inviting the community to come out.
Well, I'm so glad you're bringing that back. And please continue to come on the show and update us with all the things that the Arts Council is doing. We got a few more guests. We'll be right back. We're sitting here today with Alison, also known as the Safety Mom. Alison, thank you so much for taking time to be with us. Let me begin by asking, it seems like more and more homes are secured these days because of home security systems naturally, but I'm curious, why are customers, like customers of Cox, why are customers looking to cable companies for home security?
Well, as a national family safety expert, I know you're right. More and more people are getting home security systems. They're a must. And that's why, I'm so excited to partner with Cox Home Life, because it goes above and beyond. It's a natural extension for people to look to their cable company while they already have the technology in the house to take it to that next level and actually make their home smarter and more manageable.
Well, and when I hear the term home life, I mean, I think of home security, but I also think of things other than security that is a marriage with security and makes my security better. So how does Cox utilize technology to improve on things like that?
Well, all of us are so busy in our lives. We're running here, we're running there, and we are looking to technology to help us do things. So that's what's great with Cox Home Life. This allows a person to manage their home remotely from their phone, from their internet, whatever tablet they have, so that they can turn on and off lights. They can turn on up and down the heat. They can get texts when people come in or out of the door. They can automatically unlock or lock a door. So not only is it making it more manageable, but you're actually saving money because of all of the savings from turning down your heat, turning off lights, especially when your kids forget to do it.
And I know, speaking of technology, we as parents, we tend to worry about our kids with technology. So how does Cox utilize technology to not only keep our kids safe, but help us monitor what's going on in our home as well?
Well, that's right. 70% of us as parents are monitoring our kids with texts and phones. What's great now is we have additional peace of mind with cameras in the home to see when they come home, to see if they've come home alone, but we really can understand what they're doing when we're not there, and it certainly gives us peace of mind.
Alison, thank you so much. And I want to end with one last question, because this is all such exciting information. Where can customers go to find more information about Cox Home Life?
Well, what's really cool is they can actually download an app and try it out for free to see how it works. And then after that, they can go to cox.com/homelife to get more information.
Alison, thank you so much for taking time to be a part of this today. We've been talking to Alison Jacobson, the Safety Mom, and we've been talking about Cox Home Life. Back to Across Louisiana. Very happy to have Miss Casey Minton on the show. Casey is the Director of Internal Communications and Marketing for just what I feel is just one of the best organizations in the state, in that Special Olympics Louisiana. Casey, thank you for taking the time to be on the show. Everybody loves Special Olympics. It's just such a wonderful organization. If you will, take a moment and talk about sort of the mission of Special Olympics and the service you guys provide.
Okay, sure. First of all, thank you so much for having us. So Special Olympics, we provide year-round sports training and competition for children and adults with intellectual disabilities across the state. We do not only sports training and competition, we also offer things such as free health examinations through our Healthy Athletes program, family support networks. We do all kinds of things year-round throughout the state. So a lot of people expect it to be a one-time track and field event. Not at all. We're constantly moving. We have over 100 competitions, tons of things going on.
And you serve the entire state, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And you've got an event coming up, Over the Edge, that's going to take place on December the 4th. Talk about that.
So Over the Edge is a fundraiser where participants sign up and fundraise to rappel 25 stories down Benson Tower take a helicopter ride across the Mississippi River, and then SWAT train at Jefferson Parish SWAT facility with Louisiana's finest. So it's quite an eventful day.
And people pay to do this, right?
They do.
Holy cow.
Yes.
So you rappel down Benson Tower.
Correct.
Okay, and then you take a helicopter ride to the West Bank.
Yes.
And you do SWAT training with Jefferson Parish Police. Holy cow.
I know, it's quite an eventful day. It's a great experience.
And it's a fundraiser.
It is.
And can I, what's the cost?
The cost, you can sign up and register for $25. Then you fundraise the rest, which is $1,000.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you can ask your boss to sponsor you, can ask your
Company
family, your
sponsor,
friends.
things like that.
Exactly.
Okay.
And we do have other company sponsorships available as well. But we also, some companies will match their employees' donations, things like that. To help
Now,
them
is there a limit? I mean, is it like one of these things that it'll fill up and first come, first serve basis sort of thing?
Yes, it is first come, first serve. We have about 50 people registered right now. We can go up to around 75 to participate, so we have a few spots available. If anyone's interested in still joining, we still have room, and we welcome them to come out and have a great day. It's a lot of fun.
That is phenomenal.
Yes.
Casey, the website is www.laso.org. All information on the Over the Edge can be found
right there on our
Can you
homepage.
register on the website as well?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Anything as far as, boy, I hate to ask this, but like doctor's certificates required? I mean, you know your own body, so
Yes.
I guess you want to be in.
We do have a few restrictions that are
Okay.
on the website, just kind of weight limits. We can actually accommodate wheelchairs. We've had someone come down in a wheelchair
Holy
before,
cow.
rappelling. Just let us know. We're happy to work with you. Children, you have to be 14 or older to participate. Things like that. There are a few, but they're all on our website. But
Yeah.
pretty much anyone can rappel. I think last year we had our oldest rappeller, he was calling himself, and he was 69.
Wow.
And he was rappelling down the side. So really anyone can participate.
And then, so the thing about the SWAT training, is that new, or is that, I mean, I've heard of doing the Benson Tower thing, so.
We've actually done it the last few
Yeah.
years. So, and it's a great component because it gives it a little bit of extra, you know?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, not only are you rappelling down a building, but you get the whole experience of.
And not only the helicopter ride over,
Yes, yes, it's-
that's almost like a scene out of a war movie or
It
something
is.
like that. That's incredible. Casey, listen, you guys, Special Olympics is just such a wonderful organization. Thank you for all that you do. I'd please continue to come back on the show and talk about Special Olympics. Best of luck for Over the Edge. I know we'll see it on the news media because we always do. Thank you so
Yes.
much for
Thank you
being
for
here. We got a
having
couple
me.
more guests. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana. Our final guest is someone that we just love having on this show because this gentleman is just doing things in New Orleans, putting New Orleans on the map. Ben Johnson, President, CEO of the New Orleans Chamber. Ben, it's always an honor to have you on the show. It's just the things you guys are doing are just absolutely phenomenal. And what I'd like to do, so we've got some time, and we wanted to make time for you because there's so much stuff that you do. There's so much stuff that, and when I say you, I mean the organization. There's so many things we can talk about with New Orleans Chamber that I wanted to have a little bit of time. So first of all, congratulations on another incredible year.
Steve, I want to thank you for still letting me come on the show. It's always great to come out here and just visit about what's happening. It's great having you on the board as a Chairman's Council member. So the Chamber very much appreciates all the partnerships we have with you and with Cox. And
But you know, you got great partnerships with a lot of people, and
We do.
I really think that's
but
a
each
tribute
one is
to your
important
success.
and each one is special.
Yeah.
It's the way we look at it.
So 2015, what
Great
do you?
year. I mean, you know, just the underwriters of the New Orleans Chamber are the Chairman's Council members, 32 of them this
32.
year. We had 5 in 10. And what they're excited about is 90% of our members are small businesses. 62% of those are 5 or less employees.
And I'm glad you point that out because over and over when we have Todd Murphy on and Stephen and other chamber, everybody thinks the New Orleans Chamber is made up of these big companies, Cox and Entergy and AT&T and so forth. But you're not. It's the small business guy.
And so for them, what they're looking for are all these networking opportunities. And we had a great partnership with Steve, with Todd. We had 7 different chambers do a joint regional after 5 networking event. 500 people showed up. It was great. So there's a lot of collaboration with our chamber partners, and I think there's a lot of respect. I always tell folks, join the chamber where you do business.
Right.
And most people do business in multiple parishes. So we're not competing with chambers, and I always like to point that out. That I think there's a very positive working relationship.
Well, and I will tell you this, as an organization, and of course Millie and myself and Christina and the people from Cox, we are members of all the chambers. And I think the one thing from me looking outside in is you guys get along so well together, be it the chamber, the Hispanic chamber. I mean, you guys really do. You really don't compete with each other on, hey, you got to come join this, don't join that. I've heard you promote other organizations just as much as you promote the New Orleans Chamber.
Well, and they promote us. And, it's the Asian, Hispanic, French, Italian. That it's important for people to have a place that can focus on their primary issues. And then when you look at Jefferson, St. Bernard, North Shore has 2, the river parishes. I mean, we meet quarterly with Michael Heck, with GNO Inc., and it's a great opportunity to, how do we work better? It's about the region.
Yeah.
And now it's the super region.
Yeah, absolutely. So what are some, if you look back on 2015, some of the things that you did in 2015 because of partnerships that you might not have done before that you did in 2015?
We were approached by NASA to help them have a special event at the NASA Michoud facility for small businesses to get access to contracts.
Wow.
And they brought in 4 of the NASA Center administrators and their prime contractors from Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, and New Orleans was there. And we partnered with all the chambers and economic development entities in the region. Over 20 logos were on this, sponsoring this special day out at NASA. 175 businesses showed up.
Wow.
NASA was wonderfully pleased. They've already said they want to do it again this coming fall, a year from right now.
Yeah.
So that, again, I think it shows the collaboration. It's about how do we build up our entrepreneurs, build up our small businesses. And these are huge contracts. NASA was very clear about it. If you get in, it's a process, but when you're in, if you do the work you say you're going to do, you stay in.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
It's unbelievable.
So something exciting is coming up on December 18th.
Ooh.
I mean, your annual luncheons are always just incredible to begin with. I'll let you make the announcement.
Well,
you will have.
You're a board member. You can make it.
No, it's your organization.
It's our organization. It's a great board. I should always start with our board. I mean, the leadership there, the involvement, they credential the organization, they work hard for it. But the good news is, the board this year, with the Chairman's Council members, had individual 1-hour working luncheons with each of the 4 gubernatorial candidates, and each agreed that whoever won would be our keynote speaker. So on Friday, December the 18th, high noon, Hyatt Regency, downtown New Orleans, over 1,000 people are going to come out to hear whoever our next governor is.
Wow.
Very excited.
First time. This will be the first
major presentation in the business community in this region.
That's phenomenal.
And given the issues that our state, we've got to address, I think it's going to be a huge opportunity for that individual to start to set a course and get the feedback from the business community. Because I think businesses are at the point, we all know the fiscal standards, processes at the state level, it's got to run more like a business.
Yeah, so before we wrap up, NewOrleansChamber.org is the website. All the information on the annual luncheon. Will it sell out? I mean...
Well, when we hit 1,000, then we're going to start.
Okay.
The hotel's guaranteed us at least 1,000 seats.
And do I have to be a chamber member to attend?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I think it's an extra $10 if you're not a member, but no, we have a lot of.
So I just want to point that out. I mean, this is going to be this is an unprecedented event. You don't have to be a chamber member to attend, but you do save a little bit of money, and hopefully you get a little experience of what the chamber is all about.
And it's great networking.
Real quick, 2016. What's the big thing?
The big thing for us is we've formed a great new partnership with Idea Village. Tim Williamson, he's going to bring an entrepreneurial curriculum, and we're going to create the table and get our members to come out for it. We're really excited about it.
God, you just nonstop with you, Ben. You just we'll have to have you back in 2016.
Steve, it's us. I want to be real clear.
I know, and I appreciate you saying that. It's an honor to have you on the show. I just can't thank you enough for all that the Chamber does for the community. And when I thank you, I thank Todd and Stephen, and I thank all those guys because we have you on all the time. They're telling me we've got to wrap up. You've been watching Across Louisiana. My name is Steve Sawyer. Thank you so much for being a part of the show, and as always, we'll see you next time.